What's up, everybody? Welcome to Zap Invest. I hope you have a marvelous day. Please leave a like. If you have any question, comment down below. I gladly answer your question. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Alright, today I'm going to talk a bit about compounding interest. I'm going to show you an example real quick so you understand it very fast. Once up a day, somebody said to me, compounding interest is like the seventh world wonder. I quite laughed because I only invested like a few €100 in the stock market. But since lately, I've been building up my position, and now I really believe in compounding interest. I mean, it's really amazing. So let's give an example so everybody is with me here. Okay. Let's say you start investing with only $500. So that means your initial investment. So the first time you put money into your brokerage account, you put $500 or euros. If you put it in an ETF, something that is very, very passive because you really can't follow 100 companies and more. So it's just for the passive investor, and that's why I want to show you as well that you don't need to buy individual stocks every time, because I'm in a position where a lot of real life friends are interested in investing, but they all picking like individual stocks, while I'm always say just buy an ETF, let it stand, buy every month one piece of the ETF, and let it grow over time. With an ETF, you don't need to have big gains. The average S&P 500 is 9%-ish. Let me double check this to be true. So S&P 500 average returns. I thought it would pop up somewhere. No. Do like this. The S&P in the past 90 years, the S&P has an average of 9.8%. Okay. So let's put this in perspective. 9.8%. Compounding interest will only work if you invest for a long time. So that's also what we are trying to do here. I'm also saying if you start investing, it's not a quick rich thing. You will not be up 100% in the first few months, or you need to be a very smart ass and you tell me how you did that. But okay, let's move forward. Let's say you will invest for 20 years. I know it's a very long time, but again, it's very passive what you do. You just buy every month a bit and you let it stand, you let it grow. So let's say you can invest €50 a month. So once you're together with your wifey and together you have a home, you maybe have kids. Then it's a hard time to save up, of course. But €50 or $50 is something everybody can save up, even if you live alone. Let's calculate this. Okay. First things you need to know. At the end of the 20 years, you're gonna have €40,000 on your savings. You get 28,000 in total. What does this mean? We're gonna watch step by step. Okay. So in the first year, your total deposit was $600. Why? €50 every month is $600. All right? And you started with 500. So your total deposit is 600 plus 500. That's €1,100. So after a full year of saving, you have €1,100 on your broker. And now the compounding starts. For this year, you get $48 for free. I'm not saying for free because you let your money grow over time. But let's go to the year 5th. You're still investing €50 a month, so that's €600 in total. Your total deposit now, through over the years, comes down to $3,500, and for that year, you will have a $410 gain. That's quite nice because now over the 5 years, you have total savings of $3,500. But you get almost $1,200 in gains in compounding interest. So your total balance comes down to $4,697. This is very important to understand as an investor. How longer you put your money into the market, how more it will grow over time. I talked with a few investors that are already have millions on their accounts. I have a few people on Discord. Shout out to Gen X Dividend Investor. And the man told me once that everything you put down between your 20, 25 years old, you will see 20 times the amount back once you are 45, 50. So what he says is if you invest now 50 euros, in 25 to 30 years, that at least gonna be 1,000 euros because it's times 20. It's hard to believe, but let's jump forward to your last year of your compounding interest. So again, between your 19th year and your 20th year, you're saving up 50 bucks a month. That comes down to 600 bucks a year. Over the 20 years, if you would have put 50 euros on the bank every time, you would have 12,500 euros. But this year you get 3,770 interest. So now you're getting almost six times the amount in gain than you actually put yourself in. That's the magic in compounding interest. So again, over the 20 years, if you put 50 euros on the bank, you will have 12,500 euros. But now, because you invested in an ETF in something very passively, you have 40,821 euros. I hope you guys are starting to get it. So let's take to the fun part. You can invest $600 a year, from which year you will gain more money than you're actually investing. Well, if you take a look to the total interest gained, year interest, we see between your 7th year and your 8th year, you get $754 in gains, while you only put $600 a year in it. So you're already getting, after your 7th year of investing, $150 extra than your initial investment that you're doing every year. Okay, I hope you guys are getting it. So let's take it in a bigger round now, and let's say you start with 2,500 euros. I know it's quite an amount, but most people have that saved up once they work a few years and stuff. Again, you're just investing in an ETF, so 9.8% return. Let's say you are 25 and you're starting with investing. Let's say the normal people work like until 60 to 65-ish. I want to quit 7 years earlier. I'm going to quit at my 55. So you have another 30 years for investing. We're going to put 30 years in. Let's say then, except of the $50, you can put in $120. $120 is less than $5 a day. So if you smoke or something and you really want to start investing, I would just say quit smoking so you have the extra budget to invest. A magic thing I'm going to tell you as well, it's not about how much you earn, it's about how much you save at the end of the day. You can earn 10,000 euros a month, but if you spend 9,500 every month, you can't really save up, you know, compared to somebody that earns 1,800 but saves 1,500. I know each situation is different, but still. So again, you start with 2,500 euros, average return on a yearly base 9.8%. Yeah? Nah. Sorry guys, my mom called me, it happened, but we need to go through. So, the average return is 9.8%, the calculated year now is 30 years, the monthly interval, so every month you put money on your brokerage, you will put 120 euros. Let's take a look. Okay, now we see a much bigger amount, okay? So again, we go through it. In your first year, you're putting 120 euros every month. That's a total of 1,440 euros. You're going to put that every year in for 30 years. You can see in your first year, you have an interest of $335. If you would save 120 euros on the bank plus the 2,500 initial investment, you would have 3,940 on the bank. But now you have the 335 interest, so your total balance comes down to 4,275 euros. Let's take a look from the moment you will earn more than you actually invest every year. So we can see you invest 1,440 euros. From the moment your 6th year until your 7th year, you will have 1,748 in technical gains. So it's possible to say that from the moment that you're investing 7 years at this level, you will have more interest than what you're actually depositing every year. Let's say after 10 years, your total deposit is 16,900 euros. So let's say you put 120 euros on your savings account with nothing in return. with the initial investment of 2,500, after 10 years you will have almost 17,000 euros. But let's say you put that in an ETF, something very passively, you would have 31,141 euros. And now the magic thing is, for every year you save up, you get more and more and more. We can see the yearly interest, it starts with 335. At year 10 you get over 2,800. At year 20 you get almost 10,000. Imagine that, you get almost 8 times the amount you actually put on your account. You get 10,000 euros at your 20. I know it's a long time, but again, it's not a quick, rich method investing in stocks, but it's just something, it can benefit you over the long time, and how earlier you start, how more you'll benefit. Easy like that. So let's take a look to the year 30. So then you are 55. Everybody is still working until they're 65, 62-ish. Again, from your year 54 you are until you're 55, again 120 euros a month. For the last year you will have 28,653 in interest, so that's what you were getting for investing for that last year. So let's say after 30 years you put 120 euros on the bank with the 2,500 euros initial investment, you would save up 45,700 euros. So if you put it like this, 45,700 at age 55 with the bank. But now if you would do that in stocks with the 120 a month during 30-year period, you will have, with the average return of 9.8%, you will have 308,805. So mostly people at the age of 50, 55 just buy a very nice car. Did you ever thought why? It is not because they want it, because they have saved up over time. The kids are already going out of the house, they can save more up, and suddenly they have more money at the bank. Then they buy a very nice car. Don't be the flexer for a car, just invest in stocks and you will have a nice return of 308,000. If you will have this at your age 55, let's say you invest in dividend stocks then, average of 4% your portfolio gives in dividends. So let's take the calculator, because my calculations can be wrong, of course. So 308,805 divided by 100, bang, times 4, you will have on a yearly base 12,352 euros. Divide that by 12, you get, bang, 1,029 euros. So let's say you follow the route very slowly, you just live your life, you go on a travel here and there. If you invest in stocks with 120 a month, it's possible you will have over 300k. Invest that in dividend stocks and you will have a passive income source of over 1,000 euros a month. If you get at your 55 an extra 1,000 a month, you can quit your work, man. You can just go on early pension, relax a bit, go to the beach, vibe, you know. Thanks for watching. This was the first live stream I ever tried. It was something completely new because it's totally freestyle. I just went over some numbers, through something. For me, it's not really basic stuff, but it's stuff that I already seen before. It's something that really opened my eyes. And in the first 4 to 5 months when I invested, I did not really believe this, but now I'm doing it for almost 2 years. I really seen the games. You can see my portfolio here. I'm very transparent in it. I'm up 40%-ish, 6,000 euros in the green, just by buying and holding, actually. To give you an example, Apple, my average buying price, it's in euros though, where does it stand? 143. So let's take the last moment, it was 143. Here-ish. So I bought it in a dip, but you know what I mean? Even if I bought it here at 193, their biggest price ever, I will still double my money at the end of the day. So again, I hope you liked it. I hope you have a nice day.